So if anyone's going to be able to pull this off, we're going to see. It's going to be him. And here we go. All right, so both our runners heading in here. Of course, both of them are probably going to head straight into Link to the Past, unless they feel there's a worthy gamble down in Blue Brinstar.
Actually, last race I did, somebody made that Blue Brinstar play just to shop for information. We're not seeing that this time.
Not this time. It looks like Osse's not going to check Lake Hylia Island. Not sure. Let's see if Hitaka... Yeah, Hitaka's going to check. Let's see if it pays off for him. Nope, just a missile pack.
Yeah, still can't hurt to get that information out of the way.
Nope. We got a map in the sanctuary here. Let's see if Osse's going to go for the Houlihan play here. We got an early map check. Red pendant at Eastern. It looks like just regular crystals at both Hera and Desert.
Looks like we got a double Houlihan play.
These guys are not taking any chances here. They want to get those rupees up and fast.
And yep, for those wondering in chat, yes indeed, this is the semi-finals. So we could have our first ticket for the finals punched after tonight, or we could have a game 3.
Indeed. Whoever wins this race will be taking on either Solsky or Andy, who is competing in our other semifinals match coming up later this weekend. So that'll be interesting to see. We got 4 amazing runners there. We're going to check out Link's house. Gets a powerbomb pack. Nice to get that early and out of the way. Get those early power bombs. Osse's now going to check out... He's going to check Lake Hylia before stopping and pick up some early bombs. While Hitaka is actually going to go ahead and get a couple bombs here from below the grove. There's usually a good chance of bombs here, and he gets one. He only needs one because he's going to go to the secret hut in Kakariko to get his other bombs. That's usually how that works.
Interesting routing early by Osse. He's not going over to Kakariko, which is what you typically see most runners do, and Hitaka's doing something else I wouldn't expect, going right for the race.
Indeed, some very interesting routing here. These guys are making some big gambles here. We'll see which one of these guys has the bigger payoff here. Got a piece of heart in the race game, so not much there. And we got a super pack. Ooh, early bow and wow!
Oh my!
You don't know.
That is screaming Eastern at max volume right there. Well, except for no lamp, but still. How do you not go into Eastern after finding that?
I don't know, because, yeah, Bow and Silver's back to back. I don't think I've ever seen that in all my commentaries here in Link to the Past Rando, much less crossover. That is insane.
Can't say I've ever seen that before.
Ooh, and Power Glove at the back of the tavern there for Hitaka. We're off to a really good start here this early on.
Yeah, this is a hot start for sure as Hitaka's buying more bombs.
Makes sense. Again, you want to get those early bombs to get through Kakariko. There's a lot of bombable walls in here. Where normally in vanilla are kind of useless. Oh, we're getting a chicken clip. We're getting a chicken clip.
Yep, and a very quick one at that, too. I'm guessing that's how they make wall beat in Castlevania.
That would make sense, yes. Got a 5-arrow upgrade there from the bottle vendor. Oh my lord! Hammer!
That is high-powered offense right there. It's got an energy tank on Hitaka's side. Now, you need 3 of those to beat Super Metroid, or any combination of reserves and regular energy tanks equaling 3. Oh, there's the ice beam.
Wow, this seed, let me tell you, and Bombos in Eastern.
Well, that is one way to guarantee a way to light it up.
We got the big key still left, so the big key's gonna be in vanilla big key chat. Oh my lord, hook shot in Blind's Hut. What is going on with this seed?
Right now, the early signs are screaming potential jet seed, but this could be a real nice. Oh, hello, lamp. Now we know that what Osse is doing is, well, it's going to be intended for Hitaka. Osse is technically out of sequence here, but not that that matters.
No, this is technically all in logic, and now it is. If it wasn't screaming Eastern already, it certainly is now. If Hitaka goes to Sir Hassela's closet and sees that bow and silvers, you know he's gonna full clear Eastern just as quickly, if not faster, than Osse is right now. My God. I said before the race that this was gonna be an epic race, because I know these two are fantastic runners. And already this seed is proving that I made the right call signing up for this commentary here tonight.
Yeah, same here. Thankfully, the winds died down, too.
We didn't find much in the Forest Thieves hideout there in the Lost Woods. Osse still has one more item left. He finds the map, then he knows he's going to have to go to the Armos Knights, which he could technically do. Nope, there's a missile pack. And since Eastern is... And here's the sad part. Eastern's a pendant dungeon. So, yeah, they could full clear, but they don't have a reason to yet. It's not even green pendant.
Very true. I mean, you could knock it out early just to guarantee that in the event that it turns into a ped seed, which it can do in combo very easily, that as we find that lumberjack tree is nothing, then, well, you never know. It's too early to tell.
Absolutely. Still, this is already shaping up to be an insane race. Hitaka's going to take that power glove and lamp, plus the hook shot he got. He's already thinking East Death Mountain. Don't blame him there, but he is eventually going to have to go to Eastern, given that the hammer is waiting for him.
Yeah, by not having hammer, he's definitely missing out on getting over to Tower of Terror unless he finds Mirror. At that case, it's a different story.
Indeed, he's going to rescue the old man here. What has he got? Just a $20 escort fee.
And Hitaka takes a boulder coming out of that little cutscene. Quite rude, game. Quite rude.
Yeah, those cabbages can be quite a pain. Osse now going to be doing his Kakariko run, probably going to be very happy with what he finds there, especially given what he's got. He's got stuff that Hitaka has not found yet, so this should be interesting. Hitaka's going to go ahead and check high jump room in Super Metroid. Won't be able to get much since all he's got is since he doesn't have Morph Ball, so he can at least get that 5-bomb upgrade. Oh, and there's Mushroom running there at the Super Gate there in Upper Norfair. Not sure how that's going to come into play just yet.
I do know one thing for sure, that Mushroom's getting roasted in that room.
Hey, some roasted mushroom don't sound half bad. I can go for some of that right now.
But now we get a check of the top of Death Mountain, Spectacle Rock area. Let's see.
Let's see, we got here half magic. Ooh, that might be tempting if we get the mirror soon enough. What else we got waiting inside the cave? Oh my lord, it's Gravity Suit!
Absolute must, because logic demands that you have that for Meridia. I mean, it is possible to do a suitless Meridia, but this logic will not expect that.
Not at all, but already, like I said, what is going on here? This seed is going crazy!
And Hitaka's calling it there, opting to not go to East Death. No, wait, actually taking a free Well, maybe that is faster. I never thought of it like.
Makes some sense. We also did find, I missed this earlier, but we did see a missile pack in the library, so that's probably not getting picked up this seed, but again, with everything they found so far, I don't think that's really a big bother to any of our runs.
Osse not grabbing the piece of heart.
Hasn't been a very healthy seed yet, so that might come back to bite him later, but it's a small possibility. These guys are good enough, they probably don't need it that badly. But Osse is going to be doing the South Shore run, so he's going to get a few items out of it. But Hitaka, he's doing the Paradox Cave. We got 7 items in here, though I don't know how we're going to top the amount of items we've gotten so far just this early on. Let's see what he finds here at the bottom. Finds a piece of heart and a big 20.
Nothing yet, but for those wondering where bow and silver arrows were, oh, there's Screw Attack!
Screw Attack at the dam! But yeah, to answer what you were bringing up here earlier, bow and silvers were both found in Sir Hostile's closet, back to back. That was, I still can't believe I saw that. That's what we have here at the top of Paradox Cave. We have 10 arrows, missile pack, another missile pack, and we've got fighter sword. There we go. So not an overall trash, but still, considering what we found so far, I'm not surprised that this one ended up being a little lesser than what we found.
And looks like Hitaka stumbled a bit going for that bomb jump. She's gonna have to take the long way instead.
Most likely. Alright, Osse now going to check out the mini Moldorm Cave. 5 more items coming up here. We've got Heart Container, there we go. Another big 20. And no tank. Swagnet. And a missile pack.
Yeah, the reserve tank won't do anything on this side, naturally. But as Samus hits full energy on Super Metroid side, you will see that reserve tank will start to fill up to a max of 100. It activates when Samus runs out of energy, or you can drain it whenever.
Indeed. Hitaka now running on the Spiral Cave. No boots, so get your resident sleepers in chat. As Osse now heading up to the Ice Rod Cave. A lot of early checks that we got going on here.
I like the variety in checks, that's for sure.
Indeed. For a 1v1 race, I like when we have this kind of variety. Got a big 20 in the Spiral Cave, and that's it for him. He is done. Let's see if the Ice Rod Cave has anything better. X-Ray!
That is 1/3 of the microwave beam combo, the other 2 parts being charge and plasma, but it provides a really unique way of defeating Dragon that's really cool.
And it looks like both of our runners are going to converge in the back of Escape here. We got 3 items in this back chest, so we're going to quickly see what these 3 get. But again, I don't know how you top what we've gotten so far, but let's see. We've got, there's our small key, Moon Pearl, and a Bloomerang.
And even with Lord Banana there, now we know where all our Dark World access is, and Osse is going to be the first one with full Dark World access.
My God almighty. Dark World access in 15 minutes. Again, this seed has been nuts, which worries me, because I know how these seeds go. You get this many big items this early on, that troll is coming. It may turn out to be a jet seed, but it may also turn out to be the Uber troll that I've become notorious for. I won't go into details there, but most of you already know what's going on.
Yeah, I've played a number of seeds across A Link to the Past, only a handful of combo. Yeah. Sometimes there are great seeds like this, and they just turn out to be massive trolls.
Now we got 3 more items in the back of Escape. They're all 3 are gonna be in the lower area, in the front end area of heading to Zelda's dungeon. So we'll have to see those items later. But again, I don't know how you're gonna, like, unless this is a jet seed, I don't know how you're topping that. And as you called it, Osse's gonna take his hammer and he is going right to the Dark World.
Looks like Hitaka missed the hook shot clip. That's pretty tight timing on that.
That is indeed. But now it's Hypergripe time here for Osse101. I get a bad feeling here. Again, we found so many good items. I don't see this. I'd be surprised if this wasn't a trash cave. But let's find out if I'm wrong. Nope, already not. Quake medallion. That's 2 medallions so far. Power bomb pack, piece of heart, triple bombs, and a heart container. Not a trash cave, but I'd call that I'd say a 2 or 3 out of 10.
We'll see what medallions are needed, or if we even need them. Oh, well, we will need medallions.
Oh, yes. Green pendant at Swamp, blue pendant at Ice, Crystal 5 at Turtle Rock, Crystal 6 at Pod.
We don't even need the flippers if the item's dropped in a certain way.
Yeah, but Green Pendant at Swamp opens up a lot of problems there, because if there's one thing we've learned about randomizers after all this time, always check pendant dungeons, and especially check Green Pendant dungeons. That is going to be a really interesting play.
Yeah, we shall see. Depends on whether we actually need the mirror to get over to Desert or not.
Indeed. We got a missile pack at the Pyramid Ledge. As Hitaka now making his way over to the Ice Rod Cave to get that X-ray scope. Looks like Osse's gonna be heading up to Catfish.
Question is, are we gonna get catfished, or is Catfish gonna have something worth our time?
Indeed. Answer your question, chat. Sword was in Paradox Cave. Hitaka's able to make it through, gets his X-ray scope from the Ice Rod Cave there. But let's see if we got what we get for Catfish here. Now Hitaka's not saving quitting here, so I suspect he's about to fake flipper here. Let's see what Catfish has got for us here, and it is Cape. Not bad.
Nothing to sneeze at, that's for sure.
It's early on. We still don't know what's a Bumper Cave. That could come into play. Plus, Spike Cave could be a thing. So, right now, getting a cape this early on, not exactly a detriment.
Meanwhile, looks like Hitaka's having all kinds of trouble getting the positioning right for fake flip.
It is tricky to set up, but he gets it. And it looks like Osse's not too far behind. It looks like he's about to do it. And I think this isn't a bad call, because they can do Water Walk Glitch to get the Waterfall Fairy. Plus, they also have, because they have the Moon Pearl. Plus, they both have enough money for Zora. So an early check, when you get that much money this early on, you kind of want to go for that.
You just can't get hit because it's a death in rando.
Indeed. Let's see what the Hobo's got for us here. Just a missile pack. Not surprising. But yeah, you cannot take a hit because of the way this glitch works. If you take a hit while fake flipping, it is instant death even if you have a fairy in a bottle. It's the way the randomizer works. And yes, the Moon Pearl is required for Water Walk. We got a big 20 and a heart piece in the Waterfall Fairy.
Now, if that had happened in the vanilla Japanese 1.0 game, you'd actually soft lock. Oh, we need those flippers.
Flippers are required. Well, not actually, technically. We don't know for sure yet, but they're probably going to want those flippers because we've got Mirror on Zora Lead. All right, let's see what the fish has got for us. Life lesson, love lesson, or value. I'd call that value. That's our third medallion already.
Yeah, definite value. And even if it's not required, there's definite combat usage for the Ether medallion. Say, Gyptos and Skullwoods, anyone? Bye-bye.
Yeah, Bombos especially is very helpful for that, and so Osse already off to a commanding lead here. I mean, he's eventually going to fly in that gravity suit at the Death Mountain and get that fighter sword, but he's already got a couple items that Hitaka does not, mainly the hammer and the bow with silver arrows. So he is in a very good position right now. Plus, he's got that early Dark World access as a result of that, so he is already on his way to... Actually, he's heading up. He hasn't checked the Lost Woods, has he? No? Yeah, he hasn't checked Lost Woods, so he's checking that real quick. But he might route in going to the Dark World from here and checking either Skull Woods or Village of Outcasts.
With Hammer, I'd say Village of Outcasts first, because you're guaranteed to be able to get anything. Nothing's going to be Hammer locked.
And Hitaka now going to make a play we haven't seen yet, heading up to Uncle and most likely going to route in the front end of Escape that we haven't seen yet. And we're getting big 20s from the tree pull, which is really helping out because they still could use a little extra money for Village of Outcasts and, of course, Pod, since we know that is now in play. And Uncle gives us another big 20 there. Took his last little bit of life savings. And a missile pack there as well.
So, nothing yet, but who knows? These next 3 items could have something we did. I do remember seeing a map earlier, so there's definitely 3 items here.
Yes, I've kept track. I actually have a personal tracker up, so I can keep track of what we've seen, and I can confirm without question that there are 3 items left, all of them which will be in this downstairs area. So we will see what he finds, and if he finds anything of value down here, that could be huge to make up for that loss of him not checking Eastern yet. He probably, once he gets that bow, sees that bow in Sir Hospital's house, he probably will at least make a run into Eastern to see if there's anything there and get his hammer. 5-bomb upgrade there to start things off. Now, Osse going to be checking out Eastern, everything here in Death Mountain. Now, he might actually route in Tower of Hera since he has the hammer. He can go all the way to the tower, which might provide him with a couple of extra items plus his first crystal.
Be interesting to see if there's anything there. Also, for those wondering what the screw attack does, it's really powerful. As anything that Samus spins into while it's active, literally in terms of minor enemies, just gets ripped apart.
Yeah, it is very powerful against regular enemies there. Very useful ability. Not exactly progression worthy, but it's very helpful movement item and attack item. So you certainly won't turn it down if you can get it easy enough. Knocking out, taking on the Chain Guard Knight here. And just a heart container. As Osse now sees that gravity suit, he definitely wants that. So nothing in Escape outside of what we saw with the Moon Pearl in the back.
I would believe that this should be Hitaka over to Sahasrara and Eastern, where he'll be able to pick up the good.
No, actually, yep, that's where he's going. You are correct. This is definitely going to be the right play to make. If he takes the cue from the bow and goes into Eastern, he's going to be in very good shape.
Oh, and to add on to something that I see in chat, yes, Screw Attack can help you get over into Brinstar, namely Pink Brinstar, but it's something you really have to be careful with, especially without Morph Ball, because if Samus gets stuck in a crouching state in the ball, that's a soft one.
On top of that, this also means you'll be passing up several locations that you can't get to without the Morph Ball, and if there's important items there, you may neglect them for quite a while. I've seen a lot of runners make that mistake, and it has cost them. But Hitaka has taken the cue. He sees that bow and he's like, yep, I'm going to go ahead and do Eastern. He may consider full clearing it, though. Then again, considering we know all the items are there before Armos, he may opt not to. We'll see what he decides to do.
It's loaded up from Paradox.
Also, I got to comment on something Sailor Jade said in the chat there. Yeah, silver super missiles with the bow. Anyone ever played Link to the Past? Because you could actually do something like that with Link to the Past. Or not Link to the Past, Link's Awakening, I should say. In Link's Awakening, because of the fact you could assign 2 items to any button, you could assign the bow and the bombs to either item and combine them together to basically make missiles in Legend of Zelda. Not even kidding, I've done it before.
As have I. Oh, the memories. And that's lots of fun, too.
Yeah.
I'll admit it's disappointing they didn't bring that to the 3D games until, I want to say, Twilight Princess.
Yeah, and they did it for Twilight Princess, and then, of course, they brought it back for Breath of the Wild, which was a lot of fun. If you, I don't know if anyone here has played Breath of the Wild. Love that game.
Funny you should mention that. I was watching someone play Breath of the Wild just yesterday. I thought, oh man, now I'm getting the itch to play this game again.
Amen to that. Meanwhile, Osse now, back to the game here, is in Tower Hero, as I suspected he would be. But it looks like he got the big key early, so we won't be seeing an early basement run. But and hopefully he'll find the 2 items in the 3 locations left upstairs, so he won't have to do a basement.
Yeah, this floor is going to be the telling floor on what we have to do.
Indeed.
Hopefully no key. Big bucks, no whammies.
Amen to that. Oh, that's a bad sign. There's the small key. Got a bomb jump over there.
Nicely done. That's a 2-pixel window for that bomb jump without boots.
Indeed, you got 50 rupees in the big chest. Not much in terms of progression, obviously, but it does mean less of a chance of having to do that basement run. Now, let's see what Hitaka's going to do here. He gets his last pistol back. He's going to save and quit out. Not going to bother with the Armos Knights. Can't say I blame him this early on. You don't want to have to do a pendant dungeon unless you honestly feel pedestals in play, which right now it's way too early to call. Is Osse101 now taking on Trolldorm?
And with the hammer, this is 3 smacks into the tail, and it'll be done, so just don't get knocked off.
As soon as you say that, Trolldorm strikes.
The game knows. That's all I'm going to say about that.
I'm calling commentators curse.
As Hitaka now Dark World about to head Kite Cave.
Indeed. Osse almost got him. Down goes Trolldorm here for round 2. Not bad. What does he drop? Super Pack. That's it for Tower of Hera. Because we know it's the map downstairs, so he's not gonna bother picking that up.
And that's our first crystal dungeon between both runners.
Very impressive there. Off to a fantastic start here for both of these runners here. Let's see what Osse decides to do. I think he hasn't done Spiral Cave yet, so he's going to go check that first. Let's see what Hitaka's going to do. Is Hitaka going to do the Catfish Run, or is he going to go straight to Pod?
We haven't seen Pod yet, and that's where Hitaka's going.
Not a bad call. It's it is Crystal 6, and they can full clear it already. They have the bow, they have the lamp, they have the hammer, so they can full clear this right out, which is not something you see very often when it comes to this randomizer. Very often you see this one being a late game run because of how hard it is to get the items needed to clear it.
Also, sometimes you see double dips of pod. Heck, I had a Link to the Past random seed weekly back when I could run those and work didn't interfere. That's a whole other story. Oh no, Hitaka got hit.
Oh, that cost him. Thankfully, he made up the rupee. He got back his rupees that he lost from killing those enemies. But yep, good old Kiki the monkey, everyone's favorite little extortionist there. If you get hit, he runs back. And you got to pay him another 10 rupees to get another take him off. But he is going to head off and head to what Dr. Bob Tastic likes to call the Mullet Mansion. For those who are new here, the way that we call it that is because most of the keys tend to be towards the front of pod, and most of the items tend to be more towards the back. So like any good mullet, it's business in the front, party in the back.
Absolutely. Now, the seed I was referencing was a weekly seed. The logic wanted you to triple dip this dungeon. Except for those that could hover. Because that actually cut it to a double dip for those that could.
That sounds disgusting. Like...
And that is a good point chat brings up. No more fall yet.
Yeah, that is an interesting setup there. No Morph Ball this early on. I think the Morph Ball is going to be one of our troll items this seed. We'll see how that plays out. Hitaka making the early play here, not going for the Bowlock side of pod yet. Going to be picking that up later. But now he's going to have to go back because he has no more keys. He can't go any further without at least checking that. He won't try to get this one item down here, which will most likely be a small key if I'm a betting man. Hey, it looks like I'd be winning. I need to go to Vegas because I call that.
Barely got in the teleporter before that skull smacked Link in the face.
Indeed. Now Hitaka and now Osse making the pod play as well. Both of them seem to be following the logic very carefully here. If you can full clear a dungeon, you definitely want to check it, especially if it's a crystal, because you know you need those crystals.
Now, unfortunately, the lack of a mirror in pod, we know where it is, but unfortunately, trying to route pod without the mirror can be a bit of a headache, so expect our runners, if they don't do hammer jump, to take one intentional death warp.
I wouldn't doubt that for a minute there. And here's where you see that Mullet Mansion comment come into play there. Hitaka finding a ton of keys up front. Because he went from 0 keys just a second ago to 3 keys now. And that's almost... I think he only needs 1 more to fully go through this dungeon at this point.
Meanwhile, we're about to see the vanilla big key chest, which we couldn't get to earlier due to how the key logic shook out.
Alright, let's see what Hitaka finds up here. Just the compass. And as chat points out, quite the health difference here between our two runners. Hitaka having a, looks like a 3-heart lead here. May not be a big factor in terms of who's winning this race thus far, but it is interesting to... Alright, now we're going to start seeing the back of pod here. This is where we're going to start seeing a lot of the items drop. I don't think we found anything yet, have we?
Nothing of value as Osse is taking our first death warp. And Hitaka is not setting up for hammer jump, instead throwing the bomb over to break the door. That's a good strategy if you don't know how to do the hammer jump. Essentially, for those not in the know, hammer jump is a double pixel perfect bomb jump, where Link's position and the bomb's position have to be at a precise point.
Indeed. Alright, so we got 6 item locations left, and I think we still have 1 more small key in play, maybe 2. Well, let's see what we find here. There's our last small key, so from now on, I think all we're going to be finding are items. Alright, I got my foot in my mouth again.
Yeah, jumped the gun a little bit, but we're good now. Now, unless there's one other key we're not accounting for. Nope. Already did Harmless Hellway, so we're set.
Yeah, I think, we've got 4 items left and 4 item locations left, so this is it. From now on, everything, including Helmusar, is going to be items. So we're going to start seeing some interesting stuff. No, we already got the big key.
Oh,
we just got that. We got that in the center room. Super missile pack there. And another missile pack.
Now for the big chest, and I would assume a death warp shortly thereafter, and an energy tank.
Still not finding anything here. This is starting to worry me a little bit here. Pod might just be a trash play.
Yeah, this might just be a setup to make you think there's something here, but there's not. And instead of a death warp, Hitaka is taking the walkout.
Yep, gotta take the back road into the center area of Pod here. Gonna push this block out, or push the statue out of the way. Slightly slower than just taking a death warp, but at the same time, I think it works out pretty well for him. Just gotta watch out for these guys here.
Yeah, it's trying to throw a bomb or do something to get those hard hat beetles out of position. That can be the real pain in the butt.
Okay, I like what our tracker SiriUX has pointed out here. Like this Dark Palace isn't looking like a mullet mansion. It's looking more like a crew cut castle. All business, no party. I like that. I like that. Osse taking the death warp, it looks like.
Yep, doing it himself with the bombs. Now, as we approach Helmusar King, it's not going to matter that our runners have Fighter Sword at all, because the second phase is going to be over and done with really quick due to the silver arrow.
Yeah, it's literally going to be 17 whacks with the hammer plus 1 silver straight between the eyes, and this fight will be over real quick. The only reason you don't use silvers is if you have, like, tempered or better yet, butter sword. Then you just rely on sword strats, but otherwise you usually go for silvers, because it's tricky, but it's not super hard to get them with the silvers. So, that's probably what we'll be seeing here from Hitaka here shortly. And now the fight with the Helmusar King begins.
Reading up on something interesting in chat, I think it's more like Heisenberg, how gets your hopes up early on, tortures you throughout it all, and everyone feels bad at the end. Now, I've seen some randomizer seeds do exactly that, so I'm gonna have to remember that.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to describe it there. Down goes Helmusar there for Hitaka. What does he drop? Just 10 arrows, but he gets his first crystal of the race here in Palace of Darkness.
Yeah, they already checked Catfish, it was Magic Cake, so that could still lead to something. We just don't know yet.
Yeah, right now, in terms of overworld spots here in Link to the Past, we've got Agina's Cave is the only real location left in the Light World that hasn't been checked. But in Dark World, we've got Stumpy, we've got Digging Game, we've got Village of Outcasts, and we've got Bumper Cave. Plus, we could check a little bit into Skull Woods as well. And a nice quick fight there from Osse, taking out Helmusar. Nicely done.
Indeed, that was basically a swing and a miss on Helmusar King's part. Hitaka heading for Pyramid. We'll see what Aussie does. Hitaka not getting that missile pack. Can't blame him.
And Aussie now looks like he's going to make the uncle of front of escape play, which we've already seen here on Hitaka's end. So we're going to be seeing a lot of similar routing that we've already seen thus far, but let's see how this rest of this plays out.
Oh, that would be trolly if it was Vanilla Morph. In fact, a couple seeds ago, I had Vanilla Space Jump.
Yeesh. It's one thing I've always said is the trolliest thing you can do is to put an item in its vanilla location when it comes to these randomizers, and more often than not, it has pretty much been true every time it happened.
Yep, and then I had a recent seed given early Vanilla Moon Pearl, and I'm like, thinking to myself, isn't that supposed to be randomized? Whatever, it's early enough.
Hitaka now getting his cape. He's going to save and quit, so he's got a decision to make. Is he going to go to Village of Outcasts, check Skull Woods? What is he going to do next?
Be interesting to see what's on this part of Dark World, as we have no idea yet whatsoever. One thing to bring that's very worthy of note here that both runners are doing, they're using their hook shot to zip across at various points where the hook shot can latch onto. That actually saves a bit of time each time you do that, so that does add up.
It's those little movement tricks that you don't think about because it just feels like it takes a while to set that up, but if you do it often enough, as we've been seeing here with these guys, like you said, it just continually builds up, and you can shave like minutes off your time if you master it properly.
Yeah, and it also depends on the seed too. Like on seeds where you don't get boots, that's certainly a common movement trick to do. Other seeds where you get the boots, you won't see that nearly as often. And it looks like we're gonna get a Skull Woods.
Indeed. We got 2 items in Skull Woods. Now, we can't full clear it because we don't have the Fire Rod unless we happen to find it here, which is not out of the realm of possibility. But let's see what Hitaka finds.
I mean, this isn't version 24 of A Link to the Past Rando, where more than half the time there was some form of progression here in Skull Woods, but it's definitely possible to find something. Oh,
We got powder, not too bad. Because we have him, we can check Bat. So that might come into play. They'll probably route that in if they get a bottle at some point and show to check Sick Kid. You can knock both those out at once. But he is going to have to go into the pinball room. Because the way the logic is set up, there's always guaranteed to be a small key here just to be sure that you don't accidentally soft lock in this room. Because if you don't find a key before this room and there's no key here, you'd be soft locked. So they kind of had to set the logic up that way.
Now, the Vanilla Big Key, for those asking in chat, it's the next chest location that Hitaka's heading toward.
Or maybe not.
Hitaka's key safe.
Gonna go check Bumper Cave, start things off. Maybe we'll see it on Ossie's end, because they only found 1 item in Skull Woods.
Oh my!
The cape was required. Catfish was required. I think Hitaka's decision to skip out on Skull Woods may have just paid off. We've got Morph Ball.
That play right there is going to pay amazing dividends for Hitaka, because now there are a lot of viable choices that can be made from here. Do you continue on through Thieves Town, clear that out, or basically just being thorough, or do you just make the jump to Super Metroid right now?
Yeah. Wow, what a play by Hitaka. Like I said earlier, these two are amazing runners. Hitaka is our current world record holder for this randomizer. So if there's anyone who could pull off a big play like this, it's going to be Hitaka. But, oh, this race just got more interesting as he heads into the village of Outcast. Find a 5-bomb upgrade to in the sea house. It's gonna open up Thieves Town early. Nope, he's gonna wait on that. He's gonna go straight to the chess game.
Osse's making the same play, and it's gonna pay off in the same brilliant way.
Just a piece of heart of the chess game, unfortunately. Didn't even make his money back as he ended up getting a single rupee instead. He is going to head to Thieves Town. Now, thankfully, since they both have the hammer, Thieves Town is full clearable, which is good, because the last thing you want to do is leave that big chest behind if it has anything. Speaking of the big key, speaking of big kings, we find the big key early here. Always nice.
Nice strategy to use the cape to avoid the pterodactyls. And those two in particular are pretty rude, because they'll bug you as soon as you head towards that rock.
Indeed.
Answer that in chat. Good question. It would be pretty funny if Blind actually did do that.
And we got a small shield and a big 20 in the front end of Thieves Town, so not much there. We got 2 items left in play. We'll see what he finds in the back end. I think we just gave Amazing Ampro some ideas for a future update to this randomizer.
There's the flippers.
Flippers in the brewery. I'd worry about Hitaka not checking that earlier, but since he doesn't need it right now, he will eventually, once he gets done with Thieves Town, check that brewery, and he'll get those flippers. So not a bad play either way.
Hitaka's putting the hook shot to work in Hellway. And we're already seeing puns related to Super Metroid in chat, and I'm loving it.
That's why we love you guys. You guys know how to come up with this stuff. There's the compass. So I believe from here on out, I think we still have 1 small key, but the other 2 items, the other 2 item locations will actually be items.
Yeah, and if the small key happens to not be in this next check, then it's going to be locked in the big chest, and we won't have to worry about it. Oh, by the way, reason Hitaka doesn't have Hera Mark is because Hitaka couldn't go there early.
Yeah, he got to East Mountain before going to Eastern, where the hammer was. So that's why he is currently unable to complete Hero. He couldn't complete Hero at the time. He could do it now, but he's going to come back for that later. Not like there's anything of value up there anyway, so it's not a huge time loss for him to go back up there.
Yeah, it's something that can be put off, but now, to bring something that you mentioned it to attention, Shades, there's a chance that there could be something in Green Pendant Swamp Palace, and with this being combo rando, that likelihood has gone up.
You are not wrong there, because with the flippers. We also know where the mirror is. It is on the Zora ledge. That is now in play, which means with the hook shot, Swamp is fully in play. But let's see what's in the big chest. Just a bloopy.
Like, if we don't find Titan Mets soon, it's very possible that they're sitting in Swamp Palace, because I've seen a number of Link to the Past rando seeds where that has been the...
Well, normally I would agree with you if this were just straight up Link to the Past, but let's not forget we have a whole nother game full of items right now that's in play. It is very possible the Titan's Mitts could be in Super Metroid.
Well, that too. Now we get our blind fight. Now this fight goes on a script, so stay on script, it'll be easy peasy.
Yeah, even with a fighter sword, even if you have butter sword, it's always 9 hits guaranteed, 3 per phase. Taking a few hits, buddy gets through without too much trouble. Nicely done.
Just a bloopy.
That's crystal number 2 for Hitaka, and Osse101 will not be far behind. And as I suspected, he's going to go down and pick up those flippers from the brewery.
Yep, he got him.
And comment on something in chat here. Yeah, world record in a randomizer may seem kind of out there, but I'd say it's still... I think the reason why we still keep it is because it's you know, you have to have a combination. You have to have a combination of things. You have to have the luck of a really good seed, but even if you have a good seed, you have to have the skill to be able to complete both games quickly enough and recognize the seed. Like, that's how a world record really comes into play. But I do agree with the chat that, yeah, it is kind of an out there record to hold. As Hitaka now working on the digging game.
Working through it very effectively with these digs.
"26 digs for a heart container." Nasi doing equally as well with his blind fight there. Nicely done. Answer question, chat. Morph Ball was at Bumper Cave. Let's see what old Stumpy's got for us here for Hitaka. Blue Mail. Hey, we'll take some defense.
Always.
And I think for Hitaka, it's finally time to head to Super Metroid, as we've pretty much cleared out everything we can here in Link to the Past.
Mirror play, maybe?
Yeah, I think he's gonna go for the mirror. Not a bad call.
I mean, it is a bit of a long walk to go back here a second time, but in this case, it's definitely worth it.
Oh, absolutely. Again, using that hook shot to guide...
Wait, how did that hook shot not hit the bush?
I'm kind of wondering that myself. How the heck did that happen? And it looks like Osse's gonna take the same play. He's heading back to the to get his mirror. Guys are on a very similar route here, whether they realize it or not. Though Osse is gonna stop and pick off Hobo because he didn't get this earlier. But with that, Hitaka now has his mirror. It opens up several key locations in Link to the Past. So we'll see if that comes into play.
looks like it is. It looks like we're gonna get a hair play, and I'm wondering if what we saw earlier with that hookshot, was that a vanilla game glitch? Because I don't remember seeing that playing Link to the Past, but then again, you don't typically have the hookshot heading up there, so it'd be hard for me to see.
Yeah, that's an awesome. Okay, according to Amazing Ampharos, apparently the hookshot doesn't work when it crosses certain gaps. Usually you see that on West Death Mountain, but apparently it happens there too. Now, one thing Hitaka will gain from this that Osse does not have is he's going to get half magic from Spectacle Rock, so this is going to help him out a little bit. Since we haven't found too many magic-using items, getting this early is going to be very helpful. So now the question is, what's Osse gonna do? Is he gonna stay in Link to the Past even longer and check some of these one-off checks we've got here? Because we've got Graveyard Ledge, Swamp Palace, and Cave South of Grove in play. And we still have Magic Bat in play as well. Or will he decide to finally dip into Super Metroid and get the ton of items waiting for them there?
We got our answer. He's making the dive into Super Metroid.
Not surprising, all things considered. It looks like he's going to start with an early gauntlet play. Now, right now, this is technically out of logic, because you don't normally get up here by wall jumping, but these guys know how to do it, so needless to say, that's what they're going to do.
And that's not an easy wall jump to make either.
Thankfully, with three E-tanks, getting through this gauntlet shouldn't be too difficult, especially since he has a little extra defense from the gravity suit. So this will be an interesting play. Let's see what he finds here starting off. Ooh, another extra health there for Link to the Past. We'll take our container.
Screw Attack really speeds this up.
Yeah, but Osse does need to be careful here. He is running a little low on health, but it looks like he's going to make it through to the back end. We'll see if this pays off for him here. The back end of Gauntlet, he finds an E-Tank and a set of blueberries.
Oh, the timing of the E-Tank is pretty good.
Indeed, and this sets him right up to check Terminator as well, which is right here. And he gets some extra supers for his troubles.
And Hitaka just got supers for defeating Moldworm.
With this, Osse's going to head into Green Brinstar here. Now, there's a couple items out of logic here with Mach Ball Supers, but more than likely, these guys know how to do their Mach Balls well enough that that shouldn't be an issue. And oh, keeping our eyes on Hitaka. I think he's checking Spike Cave. With that half magic in play. With half magic in play, this is fully in logic here for him.
And Osse getting Mach Ball first try. Big 20.
Two big 20s. And 3 big 20s.
An energy tank at the end of Spike Cave.
And just a missile pack there at the top at Mach Ball Supers. Not much there. Again, we've seen quite a few items, so not surprising that we're going to see a lot of garbage here in Super Metroid, considering everything we found in Link to the Past. I mean, you just look at the trackers here. That was everything they found before even going to Super Metroid. That is insane.
Oh yeah, that's something you typically do not see.
And the Holy Arrow!
So, the road to the Yetacum so far not paying off with anything.
Again, not a big surprise. We weren't expecting much here, but... And looks like just another super middle pack at Edekun. But keep an eye on Hitaka. He's heading over. I think he's going to be heading over to Shopping Mall. He's going to Meridia.
Yeah, this is the only real time you see anybody head out this way. For A Link to the Past rando outside of like maybe a full entrance shuffle. Is they're heading the portal to Meridia.
Yeah, so this will be interesting what he finds here. Meanwhile, we're looking at Pink Brinstar here on Osse's end. Finds a 5-bomb upgrade there in that first area.
And that's the big arrow capacity upgrade. There's only one of those in this combo randomizer for each bombs and arrows. I almost said missile.
It happens. And he's going to head over to his check gravity room. No, we don't have our wave gate room, I should say. Doesn't have the wave beam yet, so he's going to have to do the wave gate glitch. First try, nicely done.
And those are missiles in the vanilla game as well.
Pretty much, but Hitaka now going to be taking on Dragon. Interesting to see Dragon as our first Super Metroid boss. And time for a little Keiko Love. A little recent secret that was discovered is that one of the mini Dragons that we're going to see coming out here in his movement pattern spells out the words Keiko Love in English. One of the programmers snuck that in during a late night session. And it's something we did not know about for a long time until one of the developers, until said developer revealed it during an interview. We got a missile pack at Sports Bond Supers as Hitaka starts his fight with Dragon.
I was wondering what that was spelling out myself, because I had heard about it in another run, but wow, that's pretty cool that developer snuck that.
Yeah, it's one of those little things you wouldn't think about there. And a nice quick fight. That was a very quick Dragon fight, considering it was just missile strats.
That was really well done.
Got a heart container at Green Hill Zone there. What is Dragon hiding? Tempered Sword! Or no, Master Sword. It looks like Tempered there, but that's Master Sword.
Yeah, I thought that was Tempered Sword as well, but nope. So now what we're going to see here is we're going to see a gravity jump to get out.
And we got a good B-Torp there at the Vanilla Morph Ball spot. So we finally got our first ball. We also saw a red shield there for Osse. Yeah, folks, I will admit, very often the messed up color palettes for Link to the Past items in Super Metroid keep throwing me off. So often I have to hesitate calling it like a red potion when it's actually a green potion when it comes up. I've had that happen so many times. Missile pack there. And a heart container in Blue Brinstar.
Going into Billy May's room.
Find a missile pack, but wait, there's more. So we've got a big 20 up there as well.
Hitaka doing some farming for supers, not a bad idea.
What he finds over here in the post-Batwoon room. Kind of tricky to get up here since he doesn't have Spring Ball or Morph Ball bombs. Gonna turn off his gravity suit for this one. I'll make it a little bit easier to set this up. And
high jump.
He did. He gets high jump boots.
In terms of movement, that'll certainly help with the jump height, especially without space jump.
Also gonna check Old Mother Brain here. Finds a 5-arrow upgrade. Not gonna pick that up. Oh, and it looks like Hitaka's gonna go for an early snail clip. Not quite. Oh, but he gets it the second time. Gets a super missile pack. And a big 20. So not much there at the aqueduct.
The great thing about this particular routing that Hitaka's on is that you are not required to defeat Bot's Wound.
No. Got a piece of heart there at Omega Missiles. And Hitaka's going to check the sand pit. I think he's checking the left sand pit first. Two items on each side. Oh my! Titan's mitts!
Well, if it's not Water Temple, it seems to be Meridia for some reason.
Yeah, but he's having a little trouble getting up there. But he definitely is not going to leave that behind. That's Titan's mitts there. And an E-Tank and Bomb Chorizo. It's what I said earlier. Like, yeah, you were talking about all the places Titan's mitts could be in Link to the Past, but I said it. Don't be surprised if it ends up in Super Metroid. And a missile pack on the other side, so he's not going to pick that up, but he is definitely going to be getting that Titan mitt.
Got a ship save from Osse that'll refill all health and ammo.
It also means a little bit of extra time loss here for Taka, because he's got to check the right side real quick to see if it has anything. And the only other option would be is to go ahead and quit for now, go back to a save point and check the right side. But if it has something as well, that's just going to be a huge time loss for him, no matter what. Osse going to head over to the moat here, finds a piece of heart. Oh, is he setting up for CWJ?
Todd was going for Green Gate glitch.
He'll probably check Main Street here shortly as well on his way back up. Make sure he gets everything out of this area. Oh, just missed it. E-Tank over there at Main Street. Missile pack over there in the hidden wall. So either one of those is going to get picked up. Osse was able to pull off CWJ. He is now on his way to Rick's ship. He's trying to see what's up there at the top, but can't quite get a good look at it, so he's going to head down.
Drowning blueberries, anyone?
Yeah. We got a single rupee at Mama Turtle.
The flute in the wall.
Oh, flute in the wall at Mama Turtle. Definitely going to be happy to pick that up, because we know Misery Meyer is in play. Oh, and I was wrong. Apparently he did a gravity jump there. My mistake. Thank you. So much going on both screens, hard to keep up sometimes, but he got over there one way or the other. And grapple beam right before Fantoon there for Osse.
That would have been nice for Dragon for Hitaka, but Hitaka made it work. Now we'll see how Osse makes the grapple beam work.
Yeah, unless he ends up getting microwave before he gets to Dragon. He is going to take on Fantoon.
Yeah, basically Metroid's take on the two Hellways. Well, there's the Harmless Hellway and a wrecked ship Hellway, and then Lord Norfair, which is basically a Hellway all on itself.
Powerbomb pack there in the fake wall in Yellow Meridia. He's going to be heading his way over to the watering hole. As Osse now taking on Fantoon here. Should be in good shape. He's got 5 E-Tanks plus plenty of missiles to work with here. Shouldn't have too much trouble. Plus, with that gravity suit, having that extra defense should make it a little easier to deal damage to this guy without taking too much of himself. And at the watering hole, we find 300 rupees and a big 20.
Should be the last cycle for Fantoon. Yep, and down goes the ghost.
Not bad at all. That opens up Rex ship. He's gonna have a lot of items to check. Meanwhile, Hitaka gonna head over to check the right sandpit, not even bothering to save. He's just going for it. Got a 5-arrow upgrade and a big 20, so nothing in the right sandpit. Let's see what Osse finds over here in Rex ship. And just a 50 rupee pack there for him.
Interesting to note that Hitaka opted not to go for Spring Ball. I can't blame him for that, because the only way to get there now would be to do an ice clip, and that's not in logic.
No, but he is going to head up to Plasma. Oh, speaking of Plasma! Osse finding Plasma in Rex ship.
That's a sweet find, and speaking of, the Plasma Beam room would not be in logic without either Plasma Beam or Screw Attack, because you'd have to have a way of damaging the pirates here in order to get...
Thankfully, Hitaka does have Screw Attack, so that won't be an issue for him, but it's still technically not in logic right now. Osse's gonna has saved real quick, and he's gonna head over to Spiky Room of Death. 5-bomb upgraded Plasma.
One of the wall pirates is being kind of elusive.
Alright, Osse gets through. Thankfully, he's got grapple beam, so this won't be an issue. And he finds an E-tank up there. He's going to reset. But for Hitaka, this is a full clear of Meridia. He's checked everything in Meridia aside from Shaq-Tool.
Hopefully, this is a seed Shaq-Tool doesn't have anything.
You definitely don't want to...
Good.
No, I was just going to say... Then again, you know, you really don't want to go out of your way for that one check, but you were... And, wait a minute, oddly enough, Osse is not going to check the upper part of Rex ship. He's just heading straight out. He just passed up five items and checking a 6th. Interesting play.
That's a play that could come back to haunt him.
He's instead going to head to Red Tower over in Brinstar.
Now, the one question I did see in chat that I was curious about is that Forgotten Highway. Is that a possible way of getting into Rex ship by logic, or is that a no?
Good question, honestly. I don't know. Alright, and finds a piece of heart starting up there in the fake flower room in Red Tower. And Hitaka has now made his way over to Kraid's lair. Gotta take out 2 bosses in a very short span of time here. Just a missile pack there right before Kraid. See what Osse finds over here. Das Boots! What are those? And Charge Beam!
Osse's got Microwave Beam.
Oh my!
And even without wave, that's some serious firepower.
Yeah, that is a really good setup there. All he needs is wave beam, and he gets full beam. He is in really good shape. As Hitaka now taking on Kraid, will he take him to the prom, or will he reject him with the quick kill? Oh, couldn't quite get it. We're going to the prom. And now Osse right behind, heading the same way. He's going to check X-ray, it looks like.
Down goes Kraid.
Nicely done.
Osse's
like
not
Osse...
feeling it.
No, no, I think he's just stocking up on ammo here. Or no, maybe he's going for it. He's taking the hard way here. He's swag stratting it here because he's got grapple beam. He does not need to do this. Showing off the swag, there is Osse. Getting to X-ray. He did not have to go through that trouble. He did that because he wanted to, and just gets a missile pack for it.
I'm wondering if the game knew that somebody was going to try swag strat there.
Alright, Hitaka finding a super missile pack there, a Kraid tank. Probably gonna backtrack his way into the rest of Brinstar that we've already seen from Osse. We still have one more spot left we haven't checked yet, and they're pretty much gonna be high-fiving each other when they get there because they're both on their way to Spazer. You can see there, yeah, a little bit of high-five action there. Osse already heading into the Spazer room. What's waiting for him? Just a power bomb pack.
And Osse is going to make a break glass with a noise loud enough to wake the dead.
Indeed, just going to open that to go back into Meridia later once he finishes up here. But he's going to go ahead and take out Kraid first. Let's see if he gets the quick kill. Meanwhile, Hitaka heading into Upper North there. Got to check those the other two spots there at High Jump Room that we didn't get to see earlier. I don't know if he's got enough health to really do any kind of hell run. He might check Ice Beam since that's an easy enough check, but we'll see.
Checking rest of High Jump.
Alright, let's see what he finds here. Ooh, Morph Ball bombs!
The only hope with that is if Bomb Teresa doesn't have anything, otherwise a Bomb Teresa fight would be forced, but it won't take long.
We've already checked Bomb Teresa. There's nothing there.
And there's a quick kill.
Kraid was rejected, as Hitaka now heading back in the Link to the Past. I think Hitaka is going to be checking Dark Death Mountain here. He's going to be checking Super Bunny Cave and Hookshot Cave. Might even get a peek over at Turtle Rock to see what medallions required, even though it doesn't really matter since he's got all three. Oh,
Hitaka
missed
missed the block.
Ooh. Not a big loss for him, but every little second counts in these races, especially when you got a runner as good as Osse as your opponent. You want to make sure you don't waste a single second. Let's see what we have here at Super Bunny Cave. We've got an E-Tank and a Super Missile Pack.
Osse just went for it and got rewarded.
Osse's got his power ball bombs here as Hitaka now starting his run at Hookshot Cave. Finds a piece of heart to start things off. Heads up top and finds a big 20. A missile pack. And blueberries. So Hookshot Cave, complete bust. Heck, Dark Death Mountain, a complete bust. And Osse's trying to swag again. What are you doing, Osse? You've got an exit. What are you...
I'm not sure.
He's trying to swag when he doesn't need to. Like, dude, you're in the semifinals. Move it.
At that point, I wonder if a referee should just throw the flag and call personal foul, unnecessary swag on the offense.
And Hitaka now activating his flute.
This puts Meyer shut in play as well as Desert. I would say Meyer, but we don't have Canis Samaria.
Nope, we got a no tank there at Bonk Cave, and now the goose is loose. Both the runners now heading back over to Kakariko and Village of Outcasts. I think Osse's going to be doing his sick kid check here. Might even route in Magic Bat. Now he can't do he can't do Swordsmith because he doesn't have Titan's Mitt, so which I think is what Hitaka's doing. But Sick Kid has Speed Booster.
That could be a huge break.
Let's see what the Bats got for us here. Also check Peg Cave while we're at it here.
You know, without boots, this really is the fastest way to go about it.
Pretty much. And the Bat gives us just a missile pack. And blueberries at the Peg Cave, so not much here. Alright, let's see what the swordsmiths are working on this time. And it looks like they're just small-time heartsmiths. Alright, so what's Osse gonna do next? I think he's gonna check Graveyard and King's Tomb, it looks like.
Yep, Mirror puts both of those in play.
Meanwhile, Hitaka gonna pick up the lunchbox. He's not going to use the flute because he still has one more check to check on the way. He's probably going to check Cave South of Grove while he's on the way there. Let's see what we have here at the Graveyard Ledge. And Spring Ball!
Not required, but certainly a good item to have.
Indeed. Let's see what we have here. Cave South of Grove gives us some blue goo. We will certainly not turn that down.
Especially knowing what the bottle item is, Hitaka's going to want to pick that up before his next trip into Super Metroid.
Absolutely, and an E-Tank at King's Tomb.
It was left sandpit for the Titans miss, by the way.
Missile pack at Lunchbox, not much there.
Well, sooner, that is definitely going to be a good thing for Hitaka, as he's getting his speed booster.
Indeed. Let's see what Osse's doing here. Looks like he's going... Oh, he's going to go the back way into Meridia as well. He's over to the shopping mall. And it looks like Hitaka's going to check Meyer Shed.
As cool as it is to do that Shine Spark there, unfortunately, that does take out well, you have to have high jump anyway to set up for full halfie, but still. Speaking of, has anybody even gone for and hit full halfie in the turn?
Not many as far as I know. We got blueberries and ice rod in the Meyer Shed. You will certainly not turn that down.
Especially knowing that we gotta fight Trinex later.
And I did not see what medallion was required for Meyer, but he's going to head straight into Desert. Powerbomb pack at Desert Ledge.
Yep, we're going to be letting the vultures eat some cheeseburgers there.
We're going to get our Desert Palace run here. This is a Crystal Dungeon, so cool clearing this is not a bad idea.
Except when you don't get the boot.
Oh, that's right. Hitaka doesn't have the boot, so he cannot get the big key. And we got a microwave from Osse. Anyone up for some fried shrimp?
Yeah, this really takes the RNG out of the fight.
And Hitaka's actually going to steal a key so he can check the right side of Desert. Very odd play, but he's going to go for it.
And that's the Master Sword for Osse. And yes, in that room, that really does look like the Tempered Sword.
Doesn't it? See, you can see why I got confused there for a second.
Like, if this was version 18 without progressive swords, that most certainly could have been the Tempered Sword.
Oh god, I remember those days.
Yeah, I was watching that tournament that got me into Randomizer to begin with.
That was actually the same for me, surprisingly enough. We got a piece of heart. You're in Desert in the back end. There's the other piece of heart, so there's no items in Desert now. All that's left are keys and dungeon items, so that's it for Hitaka. Oh, Osse was like, oh, wait, I need to go back. That's high jump boots. I need those, or at least I want those. Now he's going to check Checkerboard Cave. Probably stop off at Agina's Cave on the way out, since it's right there. And just a big 20 at Checkerboard.
Yep, not worth picking up, unfortunately, for Hitaka. But what is worth picking up is that portal, not going to a game cave, looks to be going straight over to, no, this is Lower Norfair.
Gonna at least check this first item here. Just finds a piece of heart.
There is no way that that's in logic without...
Now, without Varia, that is not in logic, but it's such a quick check that very few runners don't check it at least.
Yeah, I can't blame Hitaka for checking it. But without Charge Beam, trying to take on GT would have been a very bad idea.
Indeed, but he is going to check Agina's cave as I suspected. And oh, literacy!
This is where it really gets interesting. Because now a head check can easily be routed in once the fire rod's found.
Absolutely. Oh, wait a minute. Keep your eye on Osse here real quick. Look where he's heading.
Meanwhile, Hitaka's looks... We got a ped check on Hitaka's side. Let's get some bless RNGs in chat, folks.
We got double hype here, folks. A shack check and a ped check at the same time. You couldn't ask for a more hype moment if you tried. All right, let's see what is on the pedestal. Just a missile pack. Oh, and Osse killed Shaq. You can shame him later. Well, let's see what Shaq Tool's guarding. Oh my!
Smokes!
Shaq Tool required!
That is massive!
Oh,
holy smokes, Batman! Hitaka not having a means to get to Shaq Tool without doing a tricky ice clip. That is a turning point in this match, and believe me when I say, clip that, please.
Yes! That right there could have very well determined the outcome of this race in and of itself. What a play by Osse101, checking an early shack check and getting rewarded with the fire rod.
Now Hitaka's in Gauntlet, only going to find at most an energy tank. Osse going for a green gate glitch. I've never been able to get this to work myself, but Osse did.
Answer question, Shaq. Shaq Seed would basically mean Shaq Tool required, which we just confirmed. Man, did I pick a good race to call or what?
I think we both picked a good one.
I will not disagree with you, Leslie. Not at all.
Jack does bring a good point up. We are missing Kane Samaria, and we are missing very astute. And I've got a feeling that one of those is fire-locked at the back of Skull Woods.
Well, and I also suspect there might still be something at the top of Wreck Shit. Remember, Osse skipped out on that earlier, and I get the feeling he may have passed up something important, but thankfully, that is not a hard check to make. This isn't like it's Spiky Room of Death that's hard to get to. He could easily go back and get that. But yeah, as chat points out, the reason why this is such a big deal for Hitaka is that he's already full cleared Meridia out other than Shaq. So for him to go back there, it's gonna be a while before he ever considers going back to Shack Tool. So that, unless the Various Suit or Cane of Samaria are in a very off location that Osse doesn't check, this is pretty much a GG for Osse. He may well have just punched his ticket to the finals right here and now.
Just remember, folks, it ain't over till the dot done. We still got a ways to go. But, well, we'll see what happens as Osse works his way through Meridia.
Indeed.
He still has to get the Titans mix out of the left sand pit first. Made a heck of a call going right, though.
He's heading his way back there now. I get the feeling that's where he's going as we speak. So he's about to get his Titans mitts. So that's not going to throw him off. But, ooh, this seed, my God. Okay, I like what somebody in the chat put in. Somebody called this seed a Shack Tool seed, because Osse's gonna dunk on Hitaka at this point. This just got extremely exciting. Like, it's a one-sided seed at this point. There is a chance Hitaka can turn this around. We're not saying he's guaranteed to lose, but the odds are heavily against him right now.
Yeah, the scales are leaning towards Osse, but, well, we've seen some crazy stuff happen before in this tournament itself, so it truly isn't over until we got it done in IRC.
Also, I think we should mark it in chat that Osse101 does have his mirror. I think our tracker might have missed that accidentally, because I know he was over there picking it up. And he also has high jump boots, because we know we saw him get that. Shout out to our tracker, Siri UX. They're doing their best. He's doing his best there. It's alright, Siri. It happens to the best of us. I know, I've tracked before. I know how much of a pain it is, and this is even worse than what I did.
Yeah, tracking ain't easy, as I found out from Zelda 1 rando races where I've been on comms and tracking for.
Ooh, that's gotta be
fun
brutal.
times. Fun times. And that's a rupee stash behind the wave beam gate. Hitaka says I'm good.
Actually, I'm going to answer a question in chat since we're not seeing anything new here. Why isn't the tracker automated? Simple. We're not directly connected to their runs. You know, we'd have to set up automated trackers for depending on what system they use. Some of these guys use emulators. Most of these guys use consoles. Trying to set that up would be insane. And on top of that, you know, having a similar tracker for all of them would be a lot of work. So, while I'm sure it could be done, I don't know how well that'd be done. How easy that would be to do. Meanwhile, Hitaka check waterway, finds a heart container over there.
Yep, that was not the Various Suit we were looking for.
Yeah, bear in mind that we're simply just restreaming their Twitch stream, so we'd have to connect their our tracker to their Twitch stream for an automated tracker to work, and even then, there's a lot of setup for that. So, I'd love it, and I'm sure not having a tracker would make it a lot easier for us, but there's just a lot of variables we'd have to account for to make that work. Everyone rise for the link to the past national anthem.
Starting to think about where Cane of Samaria could be. If it's not Firelock and Skull Woods, then there's a chance it could be. Well, Swamp is still alive. Green Pendant's still alive. So yeah, there's definitely possibilities in A Link to the Past. And well, Norfair's not in logic yet, so I'm not even thinking of it.
All right, well, Osse's going to head to the back end of Skull Woods here, starting the midpoint. This is something we have not seen yet, and there's still one item left in Skull Woods. There's a chance. Now, we know the pedestal's dead, so so even if he could check that, we know it's pointless. But we'll see what he finds here.
Billy May's room not enticing enough for Hitaka to eye in on. That's Power Bomb, so it's not Skull Woods.
Skull Woods is out. We have found both items in Skull Woods, so all he's going to do now is just bum rush it straight to Mothula to get his crystal.
So that certainly opens up the possibility of both Ice Palace and Swamp Palace having something, with 3 and 6 items respectively in each.
It's like I said earlier, always consider pendant dungeons in play because you never know. Now, the one downside for Osse is that he does not have half magic, so he's not going to have much magic going into his Mothula fight. He's going to probably rely on Hammer Strat since he only has Master Sword. This could be an intense fight for him. And Hitaka now checking Shaft Supers over here. Finds an E-Tank waiting for him.
Nice health refill, but nothing more.
And Osse's got to be careful here. Having a hard time getting some hits. He's running dangerously low on health with only green mail. And I don't think he found that blue potion earlier, but he takes him down. Nicely done.
Cutting it close on that one.
But he got his crystal.
I don't think Hitaka went this way yet. So he's gonna have a boundarism on his hand.
Yeah, because as soon as he enters the door, boom, there it is. So he's gonna have to take that E-Tank. And now he's gonna take on the Bontariza. Thankfully, with which powers he's got, it's not gonna be a huge time loss for him. Like I said, very quick fight.
Yeah, 2 missiles and a super. Charge Plasma Beam also does the trick.
Hitaka now probably going to be making his way over to Rex ship, probably going to stop off the Red Tower and get his boots and charge beam, which I'll be happy to see.
Well, for those wondering, Charge Beam is considered in logic for this tournament for a few different fights. Namely, Batoon and Ridley, as those 2 enemies do not have drugs.
Still cannot. Oh my!
Where's Phantom Ryu? Because
we save that. We save that until he gets it. We save that until he gets it.
We know what that is, and that means Osse left behind something while finding something massive that Hitaka was not able to get. Now Hitaka is about to tip the scales with this find.
Indeed, this is his one chance. Because Osse left that behind. And because he couldn't see that. He tried to check that earlier and he couldn't see it. But this could be Hitaka's one and only chance to catch up and overtake this race. It still comes down to how soon he goes to Shack Tool to get that fire rod. But if Osse takes too long to get back to Rex ship, he may leave that item behind, and that might give Hitaka the chance.
Safe to say the plot has thickened, folks.
The plot doth indeed have thickened. But as Amazing Afro points out, this doesn't entirely help Hitaka, because having that early Cane of Somaria might throw him off into checking Shack Tool. And if he finds the Various suit before ever checking Shack, that will throw him even further off the trail. So this is not a game saver. It all comes down to how soon Hitaka gets to Shack. Because unlike Hitaka, Osse has plenty of reasons to eventually go back to Rex ship and check that location. He will eventually go back there and get that cane. But there's no telling when Hitaka will go back to Shack Tool because of how out of the way it is. So it is a toss-up as to who's going to take this race. Pretty nice fight there for Hitaka, taking down Vantoon.
Yep, so it's Quake Medallion to get into Mire.
Alright, now we know that for sure. And Taka now picking up his plasma beam. He's probably happy to see that. A lot of value in Rex ship, to be sure. Oh, my lord. This seed has been absolutely insane tonight. I mean, look at what we've got so far. We're very close to go mode, and we're only coming up on the 2 hour. We're still an hour and 50 minutes in.
We're just waiting out one thing, the Various suit. As far as I'm concerned, based off what we just saw, it could very well be in Turtle Rock or Mystery Mire.
Absolutely. Well, I don't think we're going to be seeing a new world record here tonight. I think we're looking at a sub 3 hours at the rate this is going.
And sub 3 hours is insane to think about.
Taka now heading over to Spiky Room of Death. Sees that it's just an E-Tank, not going to bother with that. He's got more than enough by this point. I'm agreeing with Chet. Like I said, I don't see this being world record because it's way too late for that. That end game does take a while, but considering how close we are to go mode already, I suspect we're hitting a sub 3. Like, that to me just seems very likely at this point.
Hitaka clears out the attic. Now I was just gonna check to see what's in the room to the right.
These are the items that Osse passed up earlier. We know one of the things he passed up was a big deal. Is there anything else that he missed that's going to be a big deal? Could we find Wave Beam up here? Could we find Space Jump up here? Could we find Various Suit up here? We have 300 rupees here on the right side of the attic. Do we have here an item in the sky? Just a piece of heart.
Not the worst thing to find, admittedly, but here's the big thing that we saw, the Cane of Samaria.
Now we can say it. Someone call Phantom Ryu, because that's gotta be Kane! That's gotta be Kane!
Absolutely. Now the question is, what's up here in the gravity suit area?
Indeed. Easy. Don't forget, there's still 2 other items over here as well. We've got Bowling Room, and we've got the other, we got Wreck Ship Reserve as well.
Yeah, Osse's skipping the top of Wreck ships. Well, we'll see which skip turned out to be the more costly. Oh, and a bad dead rock pattern for Osse. Has to wait it out.
This is why I called the Dead Rocks the unofficial mascot of the Link to the Past Randomizer, because they are the trolliest enemies you will ever come across.
Certainly fit the bill, that's for sure.
Got a piece of heart here at the Bowling Room. What's here at Wreck Ship Reserve? Just 50 rupees.
Yeah, unfortunately, Osse wasn't able to see that item, but I do see that he's picked up half magic and a reserve tank.
He's also gonna check the ether tablet. Just a big 20. So it looks like it was just Plasma and Cane of Samaria at Wreck Ship, but nonetheless, that Cane of Samaria, big deal there for Hitaka. And he's gonna head down to Red Tower. He's gonna get his charge beam and Das Boot very shortly.
Yeah, the boots will allow him to clear desert. And Cane of Samaria is going to let him go through all of mine. Beyond that, it really depends on where we find that Various suit, but we do know Hitaka has to go back to Shack Tool at some point, and it's Bombos to get into Turtle Rock, which Osse is just going to open right now.
Can't go into it because you need the cane to even get past the first room unless you can hover like a boss. Some people can do it, but it's not easy. It's probably one of the most difficult hovers you can do is Turtle Rock.
I don't even think Andy hovers Turtle Rock, because, well, speaking of hovering Turtle Rock, I saw a Taz video do it, and it took something like 20 minutes.
Yeah, not the easiest thing to do.
As Hitaka falls into Valve Room.
And he gets his charge beam and Das Boot.
Osse appears to be looking for Canis and Maria, which you know and we know that he missed at the top of Red's ship.
Yeah, literally, we are one item away from go mode. Is all we need is the Various suit, and we are in no mode.
Yeah, something tells me when Hitaka gets over to Shaq the way out, let's just say Shaq is going to be given the business.
Indeed. Now, at this point, based on what we've checked so far, the Various suit has to be linked to the past, because we've literally checked every possible location in Super Metroid outside of Norfair. And since this is normal logic, the Various suit cannot be in Norfair. So it has to be in Link to the Past somewhere. It can either be, it has to be, and with Link to the Past, we've only got one non-dungeon location left, unless you count Mimic Cave as an outside as non-dungeon, since you had to go through Turtle Rock to get there. But other than Mimic Cave and Bombos Tablet, the only locations we have left are dungeons. Mire, Swamp, Ice, and Turtle Rock.
And all four of those could be viable. Some reason, I still have a hunch that Swamp has it for some reason, because we had the items to go there early. Unless it's a case where Swamp's just one of those bait locations.
It's anyone's guess where that Various suit could be at this point. And of course, with Swamp Palace being in play, that also does add one other item location. Green Pendant is still in play. And there are still a couple other checks we haven't discovered yet. We still don't know where the shovel is. We find Mirror Shield over here next to Bomb Chorizo, and he's going to do a quick kill of this since he's got enough health to survive.
Problem is, he can't get to Mirror Shield very easily because that Chozo statue up top is a space jump trigger programmed in. Without space jump, it will not be able to lower the ass.
Nope. And he's going to try to get up to this spot here. It's very tricky. He gets it and gets a missile pack for it. He's not doing what I think
is he about to commit to the Hell Run?
He's gonna Hell Run Nora Lorfair, you crazy son of a gun!
What he said.
Oh my god!
Now, this is something that I wouldn't try. But that's just
especially with as little health as he has, he's not gonna make it. Yeah, he's
Crystal Flash.
He's gonna Crystal Flash. This is insane. And what's even crazier is he actually has enough ammo left to do a second Crystal Flash if he needs to.
He's got enough ammo for a third on top of it.
My God almighty. What is going on here? A little trouble with worst room of the game there. Nicely done.
He's going to Mickey Mouse missiles. I don't agree with this, but that's just me.
He's still looking for that Canis Amaria. He knows Various Suit can't be here, but he's gonna keep his eye out for Canis Amaria, not knowing that it's it's not here. We know where it is, but he doesn't.
He's draining his reserves now. I think I know where his next Crystal Flash is gonna be. Oh, I have an idea. I'll leave it at that.
This is beyond words for me. To do this here, like I'm not saying he can't do it. That he's got the talent to pull this off, but to even do this is insane.
Well, here's probably one of the colder rooms of Lower North Fair. No heat to worry about, but there is spikes. At Big 20, moving on. As Hitaka does take down the Lamela's finishing Desert Palace.
Nicely done indeed.
Not even taking a safety save there. That's just insane.
There's his second crystal flash. And Hitaka now, he's got that Cane of Samaria. He's heading to Misery Mire. Finds a single rupee at Powerbomb's a shame.
Well, that's more like the rupee, a shame. Even so, the deaths in Super Metroid are very punishing. My only hope is he doesn't lose too much progress from any potential death.
No, but he takes out the Rider Pirates very quickly there. Didn't even get a chance to do my normal discussion about those pirates and the connection they have to a certain classic Japanese TV series. But he is just blazing through this Lower North Fair here.
Curious as to what that series is and all.
Well, here's the way I look at it. Because they are bug-like enemies that do jump kicks. So they are, to me, they are a reference to the classic Japanese superhero series Kamen Rider. Rider kick! Once I realized that, I've been making that reference ever since, and I will not stop, because it's just too appropriate.
Health getting low for Osse, so he might be setting up another Crystal Flash.
And he's got to grind up. He's going to grind up some health and ammo as well here before he goes into the fight. But still very impressive. I haven't even seen has Hitaka found any items yet? I don't think he has.
No, nothing of value.
Thank you, Sandres. Yes, Rider Inshin. I love that. Here's another little bit of odd trivia for you. The original Kamen Rider was played by an actor named Hiroshi Fujioka. Do you know what video game ad he actually starred in? See if the chat knows this.
I'm not sure, but I do know that Osse's in the Ridley fight.
Indeed. Well, we'll see if anyone by the time we finish the Ridley fight, we'll actually no. Seiryu actually got it. Yes. Sega Saturn. He was the actor behind Segata Sanshiro. If you remember those... Oh my lord!
Oh my! We are in no mode, folks, as we have just found the various suit inside of Mystery Mire, which Osse did not go into due to lack of a Cane of Samaria.
Wow! So, Swamp is out, and so is Ice, though Hitaka does not know it yet. But this could not have been a better scenario for Hitaka. Oh, especially as Osse101 takes a death on Ridley.
That was one heck of an effort to even try that.
Oh, I apologize for getting loud there. I was just not prepared for that. Oh, so this is Hitaka's chance. This is his only opportunity to make a comeback here. It's still up in the air, but it all comes down to whether or not he gets to Shack Tool to find that fire rod. If he finds that, he is in go mode, and he has stolen the lead from Osse101.
Well, not so fast. Osse's running to the right. Is he running back to Rex's ship?
Oh, I could have spoken too soon here. Osse's heading back to Rex's ship. Once he finds that can of Samaria, he's gonna go to Meyer, get that Various suit, and this race is over. Just when Hitaka had a chance, Osse decides to make the play.
What I'm thinking happened is the death got him on the right track.
That's the only thing that makes...
We've seen that happen with plenty of rando seeds. I think I was on the call for a race where that exact thing happened. It was Zelda 1 rando. I want to say it was Saber or Seaground. I can't remember off the top of my head. So many races called. But yeah, it was basically a death that decided it because it got the runner on the right track.
Who would have thought this would happen here? But yeah, and as chat points out, having that Various suit will throw Hitaka off course because he's going to have no reason to check Shack. He's going to check Lower Norfair because he's right here. He's going to go to Ridley. And then he might even consider checking Swamp Palace and Ice Palace. He's not going to think about Shack for quite a while. This actually, because Osse is now back on track, this is actually the worst case scenario for Hitaka. Because what makes anyone think he's gonna check Shack Tool in any reasonable amount of time?
Well, I wouldn't be thinking that because at the minimum that's like 3, 4, 5 minutes out the way. Yeah, you can't fault him for not heading that way, but at the same time, it's one of those where that's random for you. Sometimes you get trolled by locations like that.
And there it is. Osse now has his cane of Samaria. He's got his big red cane. He's not even going to check the bowling room. He knows it isn't there. He is going to probably head straight back over to Misery Mire. And when he does, it'll be time.
Go mode, folks.
Now, Azure, I agree with you. This is pretty much on the way to go mode here. Like, it's only a matter of time. He's going right to Meyer. He knows. Deep down inside, he knows this is where he needs to be. The only thing that will throw him off is if he, as Azure points out, go modes Meyer and doesn't look for the items. If he looks for the items, he's got this. If he go modes it, he's going to leave it behind, and that will be Hitaka's only chance.
And it would also hurt Osse's chances because he just fell short on that hell run to Ridley of being able to pull that off. If he had been able to take Ridley out and gotten better drop RNG, who knows?
Then again, if he gets enough E-tanks and saves up enough help and he's able to pull off the Hell Run and get to Ridley a second time and do and finish him off, he may not need the Various suit. If he pulls that off, he's already in go mode. Hitaka got him a microwave in the Rider Pirates.
Smart place to do that, too.
Alright, so Hitaka now taking on Ridley. He's got just enough super missiles to pull this off. It's 30 supers for Ridley. He's got a couple of backups if he misses. Plus, he can take regular missiles, so it won't be that much. There's the map for Osse. He's getting close.
That pogoing for Hitaka is a really good spot for him to stack the damage on Ridley.
And that is it for Ridley.
Good fight by Hitaka there. Now we get to see what Ridley was hiding.
Just a missile pack.
Not what you want to see there, but oh well. Speaking of missile packs, that's what Osse just picked up.
That was the item in the Vanilla Big Keeches. That was the second item that we didn't see earlier from Hitaka. There's the big key there for Osse. Is he going to check the big chest? If he does, or if he checks the chest next to big chest, it's over. No. No, he's going to go mode it. He's skipping Varia.
Oh my, he is hell-bent on Hell Run. He must think that's his only chance of winning. Unfortunately, that could backfire.
He has to be committed and pull off that Hell Run. This is going to be interesting. It all rides on Osse being able to defeat Ridley. The longer he takes with that Hell Run with Ridley, the better of a chance Hitaka has. It's a slim, very slim chance, but he could turn this race around.
You said cable TV had all the drama. Hello? We got drama right here, folks!
Again, the two factors we've got in play. How long does Hitaka take to get to Shaktul? And how many attempts does Osse take with a Hell Run Lower Norfair? Those are the two things we have to keep in mind when determining who's going to win this race. It all comes down to those two factors. If Hitaka makes his way to Shaktul and gets that Fire Rod, he will be in go mode. If Osse is able to defeat Ridley before that, he will essentially be in go mode. Because he will no longer need the Various suit. And we find Spazer there on the Norfair escape.
With Spazer and Plasma not being compatible with each other, then there is no chance of our runners picking that.
No. And Osse's not even gonna check back in. He is considered done. He is leaving the Various suit behind.
This is crazy, and even with Meyer done, he's heading up to Turtle Rock to just clear it out, finish the seed. Hitaka not picking up the super missiles that Wave me.
Yeah, for Hitaka, the only things he's going to find that he could potentially find here in Upper Norfair are Wave and Space. Everything else is pretty much garbage. He might find Red Meringue, he might find Cane of Burna, but he's not going to find anything of significant value outside of maybe Wave or Space.
Or Tempered Sword.
Or sword upgrades. They still could use a sword upgrade at this point.
I mean, this isn't like the expert race I was watching prior to this, where you're not going to find that. But, well, that's expert Link to the Past rando, that is, but... Yeah.
Oh, there's Cane of Burna there right before Speed Booster.
That missile's a shame, and that red rupee is about to be flooded in lava.
Osse101 begins his run in Turtle Rock. He can now full clear this dungeon. But again, we know there's nothing of value here, not even the Varia suit. The only thing he can hopes to find are Wave and Space. Missiles and nothing in Bubble Mountain.
Only thing left is the cathedral missiles in the upper part of Upper Norfair. The Croc area, I don't expect to see that, but hey, I could be wrong.
He's still looking for that fire rod. He'll check wherever he has to find that fire rod. Oh, wait a minute. Tempered Sword in Bubble Mountain.
That's definitely worth your time. Because there's definitely a noticeable power increase from Master to Tempered Sword, especially when fighting Ganon, because now you don't have to do those darn spin attacks. I lost a race in the fall tournament by 13 seconds because I missed Silverless Master Sword on the first try. Yeah, that stinks.
Nice double block there. E-Tank at Cathedral.
Osse might want that. I don't know. The True Master Sword was pretty good in Breath of the Wild and Skyward Sword. But I'm just...
For Skyward Sword, it's the storyline that makes that make that interesting. And again, for Breath of the Wild, True Master Sword takes a lot of work to get to when you have to go through that gauntlet of things to get it powered up. Missile Pack and Vanilla Big Key Chest there in Turtle Rock. I believe that's his first item, but I could be wrong.
It looks like it to me. But this dungeon's also like the aforementioned Dr. Bob-tastic mullet.
Kind of, sort of, not as much.
Not necessarily, chat. This does route into Crumble Tower, as well as getting down to Crocomire quite nicely.
Osse not even checking Mimic Cave, going straight at. He's go-moding it.
I thought we were about to get a Mimic Cave check for a second.
No, he is go-moding Turtle Rock, understandably so, because as far as he's concerned, there's Butter Sword on Crumble Tower.
That sword has already got hot butter on it because it is in Norfair. Also, don't blink or you'll miss Croc.
That's if he's going to Croc. He's not. Oh, he's going to save real quick.
Yeah, quick save so that if Crocomire turns out to be nothing, just a quick reset and he's on his way.
And yes, both of our runners do have silver arrows because they both have... They were both literally right next to each other in Sir Hostile's closet. Now let's take a look at a very quick fight here for Hitaka. One shot, one kill.
And that's either a tendril or his tongue hanging out of the wall. Oh wow, the graphics really
I
work.
have never seen that before.
There's Wave Beam on Aussie side.
Wave Beam on Laser Bridge. Means this last chest has to be the last small key. Did someone go ahead and clip that Croc fight, please? Because we need to see that. We need to save that.
I agree. That was awesome.
There's something you don't see every day.
Yeah, full beam will definitely work in Aussie's favor for when he goes back to try that hell run. But, well, we'll see what happens.
No, Aussie's gonna have a harder time with Trinex since he's gonna be relying on hammer strats here.
Or he's just gonna roast the Ice Head.
Yeah, apparently. Having a little trouble there, that hammer. That takes him down. E-Tank, cosine room. And that's a heart container, and that's it for Turtle Rock.
Well, I think he's just gonna finish off soon. Why not finish off Gaines Tower right here, right now? So let's get our big key guesses in.
Indeed, ladies and gentlemen, there are 22 possible locations inside of Gaines Tower where that big key could be hiding. If you're a subscriber or have cheered 250 bits or more to any of our channels, get your guesses in chat. Where do you think that big key is gonna be?
I call 12.
I'll think that was my call. All right, I'll take 14.
Well, funny thing is, I picked 11 on the race earlier. It was actually happened to be right, so, yeah. Hitaka heading out of Crocomire area. Last call, folks.
All right, here we go. All right, number 1, super pack. Number 2, another super pack. So he's gonna have, dude, yeah, you kind of have to go left side. You don't have a small key.
Unless he was doing an early tile room.
Small key at the torch. Say bye to Bob. He's going away. Oh, we're getting a mushroom check on Hitaka's side. Just a 5-arrow upgrade there. All right. Back to Osse101. Number 4. Missile pack. Number 5. Small key. Number 6. 10 arrows. Number 7. Small key.
Turns out our stun prize was an 8 bomb pack for this seed.
Oh boy. I'm definitely not gonna be running out of bombs anytime soon. All right, coming up on number 8. Super Pack at 8. Nice use of hook shot there for Osse. Hitaka still looking for that Candace, looking for that fire rod. Does not know where to go. Number 9, Compass at 9. Heading on to the rando room. All right, let's see. Number 9, Heart Piece. Number 10, No Tank. Number 11, Missile Pack. Number 12, you stole my call! Big Key!
Oh my goodness! How did I get that right twice in one day?
So the one time I actually don't call 12 because someone stole it from me, it actually ends up being 12. Thanks a lot.
Well, I know it's not GDQ, but I'll put it this way. That's never happened before.
Oh, actually, I was very wrong. I was wrong, and thank you to Siri for calling it. It was actually 13. I got my number off by 1.
We were both off by 1.
Yeah, Genic107 was the one who guessed it correctly. Congratulations, you'll be on our leaderboards.
And I'm just gonna post it debated in chat.
Debated. I could have sworn I've been keeping my counts up. How the heck did I get that off? I'm usually on point with my number, with my count.
Not sure what Osse's doing here.
I don't know. Is he trying to guide the mimic over towards him or something? Or is he trying to despawn the red mimic? What is he doing? I have no idea what he's doing. I've never seen this.
Apparently some sort of new tech called bow skin.
What the?
And there they go!
Just when you thought you've seen everything. Okay. He must be very confident that he's won this race. He must be certain Hitaka has not gone to Shack. Because you would not be doing swag strats like this unless you were that confident.
That was awesome.
Oh my god.
Oh my, the clip that just came in. In fact, that strat I'd like to see clip too, because that was good.
Oh, thanks there, Coweryu. Also, Hitaka is making the biggest mistake of all. He's going into Turtle Rock without Fire Rod.
This is not going to end very well, because even hovering isn't going to make this possible.
No, he's got Candace Samaria, he just doesn't have Fire Rod. And the answer to question that Fire Rod is at Shack Tool.
Let's see, what was this? Yep, one and done, because that's the big key. That is right. We are all in for the fun and the lulls.
Indeed, indeed. I'll grant you that. Don't worry. I don't hate easily. Just that almost felt like a burn. It was like I've never been able to make I've never gotten the big key guessing game right ever, and all the times I've called it. And so I've been saying I'm just gonna stick to 12, and I'm gonna go from there. And yet, yeah, stole it from me. And I almost saw it from me there. You stole it in my one chance to win it.
And then the game decides to debate us both.
I actually feel better knowing that, to be quite honest. And here comes the inevitable. He's going into... Oh, no, maybe not. He's going to check Bombo's tablet, which I don't think we've seen yet.
I don't think this was much of anything.
I think Osse was hoping to find at least a Tempered Sword, but we both know that Tempered Sword is actually an Upper North Fair. Just blueberries at...
And chat does bring up a good point that this is a case of, because this is version 29, the tablet bug that's been found for version 30 is not a thing. So we don't have to worry about it.
No. And yeah, chat's also pointing out, yeah, what Hitaka's doing is not exactly a bad play. I will always differentiate between a bad play and the wrong play. We know it's the wrong play because we know where the fire rod is and we know he's going the wrong way. It's not a bad play because well, it's gonna be doing. And I will be right back. I just gotta knock on my door.
Well, with that, we get to see how good Osse's geometry is. This looks like a good pattern. And it is 1, 2, 3, and he finished it off. And he wouldn't have anyway because he got blue balled. That's a very good 3 cycle for Osse. As Hitaka is in Dream Pendant Swamp Palace, does get the red mail, so I was right about there being something there. It just wasn't the progression I was looking for.
Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that, folks. And wow, that was a quick Aga 2 fight.
3, 1, 2.
Well, now it's time for the big pig. No, thankfully that was not the reason I was getting a knock on my door. I don't know what that was about, but apparently someone was looking for somebody else. Nobody I know, though.
Interesting strat with the Cane of Samari as it pins Link in place to get additional spins.
Clever tactic there.
Don't need it when God Corner's in play, but Osse can't get in there. Gets in this time.
Yep.
Oh, almost stepped out at the start of phase 2. Not the time you want to be doing that.
No, indeed. Now, bear in mind, because he's got Master Sword, he can only rely on spin strats for this for these first few phases. Once he gets to the final phase, he should be able to be fine with regular swings, if I'm not mistaken. Or at the very least, he may have to do spin strats just to get him into the free state. Thankfully, he's got silvers, or else this would be brutal.
Yep. Silverless Master Sword is the one fight that nobody really wants to do for this. Here we go with endless teleports.
And chat confirming it is spin strats the whole way, so thankfully, again, he does not have to rely on silverless strats, or else this would be especially brutal, as we as we were talking about before. But this is still a pain in the butt to do. And he's gonna set up oh, I went to set up Torch Glitch, but missed it.
He didn't miss it by very much.
Yeah, he almost got it, but almost doesn't count except for horseshoes and hand grenades. Oh, almost got the spin strat on him, but the torch went out right at the last second.
You hate to see that happen. One more hit.
And And we got bacon!
That's the one key in chat for me. We still got one more to go, and that's Mother Brain.
Yep, get your single G's in chat.
There's one little problem, though. Osse has to complete a hell run.
He's got to do a hell run Lower Norfair to take out Ridley before we get in. And you notice, we haven't even called go mode yet, because we can't even confirm whether or not he's actually going to be able to pull that off. This is insane.
Yeah, like, this is on the list of things that I've never tried, and in all likelihood, probably won't be tried, because hell runs? Yeah, no thank you.
And it looks like Hitaka's got his green pendant. And already Osse having a little bit of trouble getting up here. There he goes. And thankfully he's got 68 super, so he can do at least, if he gets one more power bomb, he can do up to 3 crystal flashes and still have more than enough missiles for Ridley. It's just coming down to the fact that he needs to have enough energy to get to Ridley and hold out.
He might have to expend a power bomb here for worst room in the game.
He's got a little bit of reserve left. He's got to use that first. He'll probably at least get up here first before he uses his first crystal flash.
Yeah, this would be a good spot to do it too, because next room is a no-go.
Yeah, he's planning himself out really well.
Nice speed through there. What does work in Osse's favor is that he doesn't have to do any extra checks. He can just go right there. And knowing that, he's taking a safety save, and of which I can't blame. So Hitaka's full cleared swamp to no avail.
Yep, he's gonna head off now. Where's he going?
Turn in the green pendant. We know it's not required, but it could still be something.
Yep. Oh, just missed with a shine spark there.
Goes to a nice backup strat.
And just 50 rupees from Shahasala. So you might want to consider prepping up another crystal flash here, which he's going to do. He's got enough missiles out. He's just going to gun it. He's got enough.
He does not have enough power bombs for a crystal flash, so what he's got has to be enough. It's now or never.
Here we go.
And Hitaka's shattering the glass.
I think he's finally making the play. He's heading back up some ready. There's only one reason to go there. He's going to Shaq. Fortunately, if Osse does finish off Ridley here, it may be too little too late, and he just did it! Ladies and gentlemen, if you check your phones, your watches, your timekeeping devices at this time, you will find that for Osse101, it is indeed go-mo time.
He still has to get out of Lower Norfair, though.
He's got enough power bombs for one crystal flash.
Begs me to ask, does he opt to farm the enemies for more? He's gunning it.
He's gunning it. Again, he's going to hold out as long as he can, get as much health as he can get on the way out, and probably one crystal flash is all he needs. He's got this. And yep, sure enough, Hitaka has arrived at Shaq Tool, but it may be too little too late for Hitaka. If Osse gets out of here and survives, which there's his crystal flash, if he survives this, it's over.
Osse's certainly making some great moves here.
This just shows you a testament to his skill.
A safety save is something I cannot blame him for whatsoever, as Hitaka stares at it for a second and picks it up. He's now in go mode.
Yeah, but it may be too little too late because he still has to finish both Skullwoods and Turtle Rock plus Ganon's Tower, as well as the pig himself, before he can even think about finishing this race. And all Osse has to do is escape Lower Norfair. He's already in a safe area right now. He may have already taken this race out from under Hitaka's nose. I think we're just about I would say 10 to 12 minutes away from Osse101 punching his ticket to the final.
Okay, so he's out of Lower Norfair, but he's not out of the woods yet.
No, he's still got a couple areas left. He's got a reserve left, so he's not in full danger. There's the reserve kicking in. It gives him 300 health to work with. Is that enough to get him out?
Okay, this room's safe, so he can save here, possibly farm some of the smaller enemies. I wouldn't do anything stupid, though.
You say that, but he's...
He does not go back for Tempered Sword?
He doesn't need it. He's already fit. Just Link to the Past.
Oh yeah, he's beating Ganon. Anyway, he's out of there. That was cutting it close.
He has pulled it off. He has escaped Lower Norfair. He is now in the safe zone. He is just gonna run. He's gonna fly back to Link's house, stop off at his ship, heal up. Actually, he's gonna save and quit, and that'll send him right back to his ship. Heal up, and he's done. But yeah, we can pretty much call it at this point. There is absolutely no way Osse101 is losing this race. He has got this. He's not even gonna heal up. He's just going all in. Again, I say, Osse101, you crazy son of a gun.
He certainly is crazy, that's for sure. At the health he's at, it would actually be faster to play the cut baby cutscene than do the baby skip.
I think that's what he's counting on. I think he figures he's got, with him having Ice Beam, he can get through the Metroids without too much trouble. He's just gonna gun it. Forget baby skip. He's just gonna take the hit, heal up, and since he's got charged plasma, he's got the damage he can do. He doesn't even need to worry about Mother Brain. He's got himself in prime position right now. Oh, but he needs to be very careful here.
He is playing with fire, that's for sure.
He was doing that when he took on Ridley without Varia.
Touché.
Meanwhile, Hitaka now taking on Mothula. But he's got Butter Sword and Red Mail. He's got no problem there. Takes him out very quickly. He definitely got enough health now. Yeah, he's taking some intentional damage there. He's setting himself up for just a quick baby hit.
That was quick.
Yeah. Now, as chat points out, this does change things up a little bit for Osse. Since he does not have Various Suit, instead of it just being 3 E-Tanks, he needs 6 to survive the Rainbow Beam from Mother Brain.
As Hitaka's heading over to Turtle Rock to finish it off.
Yeah, but at this point, he'll be lucky to even finish Turtle Rock by the time Osse gets done. Especially if he pulls off Zep Skip here. Gonna turn off his screw attack so he can get this right in the first shot. And he gets it! There's Zep Skip! That's it!
And that's Mother Brain Phase 1.
Alright, folks, time to get your order in for McBrainies. Because with Mother Brain, a lot of her attacks are food-based. So prepare for a lot of hungry stomachs here, folks, because we're going to have onion rings, we're going to have french fries, we're going to have tater tots, and of course, we're going to have ketchup beans later on. And now, if you've never heard that, you will never unsee it. He's got charged plasma. He's just going to wail away on it. He's already got enough health down. He's going to set him up. He's going to go for stand-up glitch. He's going to go for stand-up glitch. Now a stand-up glitch activated. He's going to pump away with some charged plasma shots to whittle Mother Brain's health down. This will make the last phase that much quicker. And say goodbye to the baby Metroid. Ooh, that was close. And with one shot, down goes Mother Brain.
Meanwhile, Hitaka can skip over Laser Bridge and go right on to Trinex.
Yeah, but once again, it is too little too late as Osse101 has 3 minutes to get out. We're going to have a sub-3 seed. I called this earlier. I said it wasn't going to be world record, but we were looking at sub-3 at this point, and I called it.
Missed the Shine Spark strat, gets it back though. Nice.
Looks like Hitaka is probably just going to be able to finish off Trinex, or at least be in the middle of that fight by the time they finish.
Speaking of pulverizing, Hitaka pulverizing Trinex first phase very easy with the butter spoon.
Indeed. Looks like the animals will not survive today, so it's time for us to call it, because, ladies and gentlemen, Osse101 has finished with an official SRL time of 2 hours, 52 minutes, and 24 seconds! And with that, we can also confirm that as in a minute or two, you will see it, but Hitaka has also forfeited from the race.
GG, well played by both runners. It was just unfortunate for, at the end of the day, Shack Tool. That is all.
Indeed. So let's see if we can get our 2 runners in here. They both agree to join us in here. Let's get our man in here, as we have Osse101 joining us here in the call. Osse, congratulations on your victory.
Thank you. Thank you.
GG, that was a well-played seed. First off top of my head is that hell run. You were so committed to that, and it didn't work out the first time. We thought you were going to grab the Various suit, which happened to be a Misery Mire, and you just went right for it. What was going through your mind at that point?
Yeah, I heard that Vario was right there, and I could have gotten it pretty easily. So after the first attempt, I figured it went pretty well. So, like, the second attempt, it would have been fine. But the first attempt, I really shouldn't have done it, because I had not the loadout that I would be comfortable with going through Lower Norfair.
Understandable. We also have Hitaka joining us here in the call. GG to you as well, Hitaka.
Hi, GG.
GG.
So I think the big question I have to ask is, how about that Shack Tool play?
Yeah, how about that?
Yeah, that was a very lucky sequence break on my part.
I'll be straight honest. That Shack Tool play, the fact that you pulled that off so early, that was what gave you the win. Like, there's no doubt in our minds that that early Shack Tool call just saved you so much time.
Yeah, like, running it through my head, like, I don't see how Hitaka gets the grapple beam before going to Meridia the way I did. And so I was kind of expecting this to happen.
Yeah, you were pretty confident considering all the swag strats you were doing in this seed. Don't think we didn't catch that. You know, having the grapple beam but still doing damage boosts in X-ray, taking the time to do that new bow skip in Ganon's Tower. We saw what you were doing there.
Yeah, so coming into this, I did want to show off the full bow skip, because there were some questions in it last night about it. So I just did the whole thing and really hoped that I wouldn't get sniped at the end.
So,
Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
why were you so sure that I wasn't going to have grapple before Meridia? Because my usual route is to do, after getting Morphball, is to go do Brinstar and Criteria and then do Wrecked Ship like right after that. This is like one of the rare times I switched it up. So, like, what made you think that I wasn't going to do that?
Just that it was out of logic. And going by your last race that you skipped, that you checked the moat and then went down Red Tower and just put it off. So, like, there was a chance that you'd like CWJ across.
Well, I had gravity, so I would have just gravity jumped over, but yeah.
Yeah, that's what I ended up doing. But you could have. It was just more that it's what I expected happened. Anyway.
Sensing a lot of shade being thrown around here.
I was just curious why he thought that, because like if you watch my previous races, that's not usually what I do, but I was just curious what was going through his head.
I know, I'm just messing. Yeah. Still, though the chat is also bringing up the other big thing we have to mention is, honestly, you skipped out on Upper Wreck Ship without even checking to see what was up there, and I'm willing to bet that you realize how quickly that came back to bite you, considering what was waiting for you up there.
Yeah. So I went back for that because I expected to talk at a full clear wreck ship. And I was kind of getting low on checks and wanted to like make sure that I wasn't going to lose out over something that I was pretty confident he would have checked.
Yeah, plus with high jump, I saw Kane first anyway, so I obviously would have done that regardless, but I probably still would have full cleared it anyway, yeah.
Yeah, that right there threw us for a loop, because what's funny is at that point when Hitaka found Kane and then he went to Meyer and found Varia, like that was your one chance, considering at that point Osse was already starting his hell runs. Like that was your one chance to catch up, and unfortunately it just didn't work out, because by that point Osse had taken the race and just ran with it. But man, there was just a lot of back and forth.
Flippers leading to Mirror, and then that really is what made me chase Swamp, plus Swamping Green Pendant, meaning there was 7 items there. I don't think Flippers and Mirror actually led to anything at all in the entire seed.
No, that was a complete red herring. There was nothing there.
And also, Norfair was totally empty, and West Criteria Brinstar was also totally empty, which is all very unusual. So this is just a weird seed all around.
Yeah, I can see that, because most seeds have at least something in those locations. And the only thing worth noting in Swamp Palace was a mail upgrade, and that was it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Norfair only having the 2 sword upgrades, which by the time Osse finally checked that, he found Tempered at Bubble Mountain, but he's like, by that point, he had already finished off Ganon. Like, what do you need that for?
Yeah. Just have some bacon to munch on later.
I call it Cheeto more, because most of the time you see it's the bright orange Cheeto sword.
Flamin' hot Cheetos.
Hey, there you go. That's the way I look at it, yeah. Flamin' hot on the inventory screen, regular Cheetos on the overworld. But still, I mean, really fast seed here, all things considered. I mean, 252, anything sub 3 is amazing in general.
Yeah.
Because like most every seed I've comped so far has been like 330 average. So anything sub 3 is really good. That's just a testament to not only this seed being as quick as it was, but the skill of both of you guys to get to this point so quickly. But, oh man, so with that, Osse, you are now moving on to the finals. How are you feeling about that?
It'll be tough. Like best of the best in the finals.
No question about that, and we will know who we'll be facing later this weekend because it's a toss-up on that who wins that semifinal, that's for sure.
Yeah, we've got Solsky versus Andy, two very talented runners in their own right. So it'll be interesting to see who's going to take that victory and move on to face Osse here. But we're going to wrap things up here. Any last words from either of you before we call it
I just want to say, Osse, good luck in the finals.
Thank you.
Also, just to say to both of you put on a fantastic race. It's been a thrill to watch up to this point, and I'm looking forward to seeing how the finals play out as well. Unfortunately, I'm going to be missing the other semifinals this weekend because I'm at work, but such is life when you work retail. Well, good luck to all the remaining runners, and hopefully the seeds are as fun and as close as this one was.
Indeed, indeed. And folks, if you enjoyed tonight's run, make sure you give Osse101 and Hitaka a follow on Twitch. Show some love for their amazing run. Of course, shout out to our tracker, SiriUX, who did a fantastic job. And of course, myself and my co-commentator, Leslie Pro04. Leslie, it's been a pleasure working with you, my friend.
Absolutely, Shades. It definitely was, and I'm looking forward to the next one.
Indeed, indeed. And of course, make sure you follow all of our channels, Speed Gaming and Speed Gaming 236, for all of the races to come. Not just in this tournament, but all the other tournaments going on. We've got the schedule located down in the description below, so don't check that out if you want to see what's coming around the bend. But in the meantime, we want to thank you guys for joining us as always here. On behalf of everyone here at the Speed Gaming family, my name is The Shades, and we will see you guys next time. Rock on!
Have a good night, guys.